Indeed, I'm
So
grateful.
let's start. You from Dallas Fort Worth area?
No, I'm from Louisiana.
Okay. So I want to get to from the very beginning. What were you wrongly convicted of?
Preparation of fraudulent preparation of taxes. What it was called, babe? Preparation of fraudulent tax returns. Something
Okay.
like that. I owned a tax company, and this guy committed a fraud against my company. And he was just going around to different tax places like Fast Tax and some other places, and me being independently owned. And at the time, I met my husband when I moved to Texas. So at this time, I was single, and I just left people running my company. So I'm never there. But when I come in, I'm just signing the checks, and I'm going. So he was sending people that didn't work. He made the W-2s and said that he had a construction company. It was the worst, but he didn't get in trouble. I did because I owned the company.
Wow.
So, I tell people all the time, when people are so judgmental, that I have a book in my office that says everybody on the face of God's earth commits 3 felonies a day. The name of the book is 3 felonies a day. So whether you know it or not, you're committing a felony that could land you in prison. So we shouldn't be so judgmental when it comes to people in prison. You know how people get when you get to talking about prison, you get to talking about money, stuff like that, people get in their feelings. But you got to understand, you commit 3 felonies a day from the time you walk out of your front door and get in your car and drive to your place, your workplace, or wherever you're going, you commit 3 felonies.
What are those 3 felonies?
It's just different things. Like I read the book and I read half of it, but to a point where this guy, he had a side business, and he was picking up aluminum siding and stuff and throwing stuff away for different companies. And so the people told him to take the stuff and throw it away. But because he kept some of the stuff, they said he was committing a felony, but they told him he could have it and throw it away. But it was certain things in there like aluminum, whatever, there's other stuff, copper, and they charged him with it.
What?
He didn't know it. Unknowingly, you gave me this. You told me to go throw it away. Now you tell me because it was copper and aluminum, I committed a felony because I didn't throw it away and I kept it and I sold it.
Wow.
I know we perish because we lack knowledge. So it's just so many things, and I'm so passionate about keeping families connected to the point where you have all of these nonprofits and all of these people saying they're doing all of these things, but research study says, and my husband is a big reader. Like, see how quick he Googled that?
Yeah.
He's serious. He's serious, but I learned so much from him, and I thank God for him. But the thing is, research study says that 98% of nonprofits gets funding. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars of funding, but only 2% of the money is used for what it's supposed to be used for. Here I am. I've been doing this 6 years consistently. We went and bought a Mercedes-Benz van cash because I'm really people always say they say I'm extra. I may be extra, but I always tell people I'm just a first-class nonprofit, and I do first-class business for God's first-class people. So when I give things away, when my husband says, "Okay, here you go, $5,000 or $6,000, go buy clothes for the kids in the projects," I don't go to Walmart. I go to Gap. I go to Carter's. I go to the kids, children's place. And I've been doing this 6 years, and I'm not doing it for recognition because I don't get it. Like Keidron was saying, he not doing this for he doing it from the heart. Like
right.
I cut for him like that because he does it like he's strictly serious about people. My husband was just listening to him on an interview, and I don't know if it was yours or someone else's, but he said, my motivation is the people in the rec yard. Is that what he said? People in the rec yard. My heart goes out to the people, these kids that have parents in prison, because that's where they become statistics. Because you have an absent father, absent mother. My husband sits down and he writes to people in federal prison. I sit down and I write to people in state prison. What can we do when you get out to help you not go back? Let us help you. So that's why we took those 13 kids and started businesses with our own money. So we took 15 grand and started 13 businesses for 13 kids ages 5 through 25. So the ones that are old enough to have EINs and LLCs, that's what they have. And those 5-year-olds, and they got business cards, pop-up banners. We did all that because if I give you principles, God's principles, that's the only way you can make it in life. You got to learn to work the principles.
Right.
And if we give you principles and we give you a way to make money every day, what reason do you have to go to prison?
Right. You don't want to be starving or trying to go make some money illegally.
Let me tell you something. We have kids in our group, and we meet every 2 weeks. So that's why I said we're all year round nonprofit. And it's called Boys in Blue and Girls too. It's a subsidiary under Keeping Families Connected. I have a couple of kids in my group. One is 16 and one is 17. The boys from Fort Worth, out of the Exit 31, I don't know nothing about those places, but he's from where I met them 2 years ago, taking them to the prisons to see their dads, and they're still up under my leadership. He started a candy business in his grandmother's garage. He's already saved over $3,000. Research study says only 58% of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their savings. So that means that he surpassed 58% of Americans. I have a 17-year-old girl in there that's already at about $6,000 selling bracelets. And they not, what are they called? The little designer bracelets. They're not even rich. Saving her money and working a job. Costume jewelry. But I teach them that job means just over broke. So we take the job we going to call the job our side hustle, because we need to use that money to support our main hustle, which would be our own business, so that we just learn from the job to get ahead so that we don't have to make other people rich.
Right. Man. Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.